and I were sitting here talking about virginity, and we were.
As morning shows do.
Right, we're just chatting about it.
I couldn't remember it.
I had just seen that Charlie Sheen took Punky Brewster star Soleil Moon Frye's virginity.
I watched that documentary. You should watch it.
Well,
Kelly would like it.
I was going to ask you, if you don't know about this, on Hulu, and Soleil Moon Frye, who played Punky Brewster in the 80s and early 90s, I guess, had this habit of recording everything. She kept everything.
Everything.
Voicemails and videos that she was making, handheld videos of people who are now big celebrities. Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Wahlberg, Charlie Sheen.
It's a great message on a machine from Mark Wahlberg.
I saw it.
Hey, I'm calling for Soleil. It's Mark.
It's called Kid 90, and it's on Hulu. So Dave and I were just sitting and chatting. I said, "Did you see that Charlie Sheen took Punky Brewster's virginity?" And Dave said, "I sure did. I watched that documentary." To which Kristen replied, "You're both so gross."
I may have misspoken. It sounds like all three of you were disgusting.
It's such a good documentary,
It's a
though.
great doc.
It's about
Yeah.
all the people that she was a child star with.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there's some pretty dark stuff in there, too.
Well, Dave said, and you didn't hear him say this. We were talking about the documentary. Dave said to me, and this is Dave talking, he said, "Well, it wasn't so much for me, but it's right up your alley because, you know."
It's got all that
It's-
teenage angst that you love
Oh,
so
it's
much.
Right,
sexing, it's drugging, it's drinking. It's,
Is it?
I mean, that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she would be out at these don't do drugs. I don't do drugs. You know, Punky doesn't do drugs, and she'd be doing drugs.
He was doing
I
drugs.
mean, laying out in the field doing
Doing
drugs.
drugs.
And I'm not talking about just smoking pot.
Yeah.
Soleil Moon Frye.
Oh, yeah, and then the next day she'd be out because that was a big thing. Nancy Reagan was around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And about how she basically, at a young age, started developing rapidly.
Yeah, she had to have a breast
She
reduction.
was like 14.
Yeah.
So you only know two facts about this documentary, Kelly?
Breast reduction, loss of virginity. That's the two things.
Well, she's like 14, 15 years old, and she's got like executives like pinching her ass and calling her Punky Boobster and stuff.
Yeah, that was her nickname,
Yeah.
Punky Boobster.
Yeah, she lived through
And-
that.
And it was a different time. And she said, you know, guys would, I mean, these executives and producers would come up and they'd smack her on the ass. And she's like, I'd lost some of my childhood
Yeah.
because people thought I was 18, 19 years old and I was 14.
Yeah.
Dang. And then I believe she's 16 when she had the breast reduction.
Yeah, she was young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was on the Jenny Jones show.
Maybe I don't need to watch this. I seem to know all about the.
Yeah, you've got it all down. I don't know
I've got
why.
it all down.
Charlie Sheen would call her all the time. And I don't want to give up too much. He was her.
Was there a boyfriend?
I don't know that they dated.
Yeah, he took her virginity.
He was
He was-
gentle, though.
That's what she says. Let me
Although
get this
she
out
had an
there.
episode,
Stop it.
she had an episode before that. She was 20. He was 29. She was 18.
Really, when she
Yeah.
lost her virginity, he was 29. She was 18.
Yeah.
She says he treated her beautifully.
Yes.
And continued to call and check in on her for
did.
years. To this day, they remain friends. And she just really thanked him for the way he treated her for her first time. And she called him Mr. Big. In her journal entry from that day, she said, "What a strange, incredible day. He's somebody I've had a crush on for years. He's a person that intrigues me and incites me. And now he's taken my virginity." And it was Charlie Sheen. Isn't that something? Anyway, I'm not going to watch
She
it.
did have an episode before that though, where she.
What did you guys not watch and watch Punky Brewster?
Listen, I did not watch
It's a great documentary.
It's a good
I
documentary.
didn't watch Punky Brewster either.
I didn't either. I never watched the show.
What
but-
did she do anything else after that? If she did, I don't remember in the
don't think
piece.
so.
Was she in another series, Biggie?
No, well, she kind of chronicles that after Punky Brewster, she was Punky Brewster, and she was doing a lot of like horror movies. She
Yeah,
did like
that's right.
Pumpkinhead 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she was basically taking any work she could get.
Yeah.
And then she decided to go to school in New York for a while.
Uh-huh.
And I
And
think
struggled in New York.
oh, big time. And I think that if I'm not mistaken, I mean Punky Brewster's. I think she's doing an adult version of Punky Brewster now.
Is that what she's back to? She's 44 now.
Yeah.
Well, she said in that documentary that there was a fine line between her and Punky. There was so much of Punky in her life that she was that little girl
Right.
On the show, and that she wants to see Punky all grown up, almost like what's your name on the Big Bang Show, the smart girl that wanted to redo her show.
Oh, yes. She's got the eating disorder now.
Bialik.
Oh, Maya
Bialik.
Bialik?
Yeah.
She just said she's anorexic and she had an eating disorder. And side note, Pumpkinhead 2 is not bad. It's a pretty good little film.
Oh, she gets murked in it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those Pumpkinhead
I do think
movies.
too that there's great just other '90s kid stars in there.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
yeah.
'90s stars, you know, Brian Austin Green, Mark Paul Gosselaar, Saved by the Bell. He's in it a ton.
What?
Yeah, oh, it's great. I'm telling you, it's great.
They all
You
hung
forget
out
she was on
together.
she was on an episode of Saved by the Bell.
She was?
Mhm. Yes, she
You should
played.
have led with
I
that,
didn't even
Biggie.
know that.
You'll know it. She played the girl that was trying to get that when Screech suddenly had money, he had invented the Screech's spaghetti sauce.
She played the girl?
Yep, she was the gold digging girl.
That's Punky. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's Soleil Moon Frye.
Yeah, you remember? Everyone remembers Screech's spaghetti sauce. I know I do.
That's a good one. I like that one. I like Homeless Girl at the Mall from Saved by the Bell. And, of course, I like The Beach Years.
I almost texted you, but I thought it'd be weird a couple weeks ago. They had a Saved by the Bell marathon on.
After he died?
Yeah, well, yeah, and it was the good ones too, like the Hawaii, where they go to Hawaii for like 4
That
episodes.
was just to get those girls in bikinis, wasn't it?
Who cares?
Yes.
Yeah, but
You should have called me.
they had the Beach Club season with a young Leah Remini.
Yeah, I like that season, too. I'm off a tangent now. But speaking of, Chris Tim and I saw this. This is like real life interacting with entertainment as well. The guy who the Amityville Horror movies was based on has finally died in prison.
The man who committed the series
Yes,
of murders
he
in the home.
Committed the murders. His name is DeFeo. I have to look them. I don't have it in front of me, but he died, and they're talking about the Amityville Horror now. And of course, he said he found he heard voices in the house telling him to kill his.
He killed his
family members.
entire family?
Yes, siblings and mother and father.
Yeah.
And it was like 6. It was like mom, dad, and 4 siblings. Awful.
And then the
Awful
next
story.
group, the next family that moved in swore that the house was possessed.
That's what the movie's about.
Yeah.
The DeFeo was his name.
Yeah, that's not his story. It's
No,
the Amityville Horror.
No, this is 1974. Ronald DeFeo. The movie opens with him committing the murders. You see just that for like a minute. You know, boom. It's like a gun firing. It's awful. I mean, it's a true story. Killed his parents, 4 siblings as they slept. He has been in prison ever since. He died on Friday at age 69. George and Kathy Lutz moved into the house a year later. That's the Lutz family.
Lutzes, yeah.
That movie, even though it's not the scariest thing I've ever seen, the fact that it's true, and that now the Lutzes only stayed there 28 days, and
That's
left.
right.
That's what they based the movie on, and it was a huge success in the late 70s. And then they redid, it was James Brolin, Margot Kidder, and then they redid it with Ryan Reynolds and Melissa George in 2005.
And there have been sequels and reboots.
Yeah. But that family, family does say they saw things oozing out of the walls, blood, and that they heard those voices after that murder was committed. And that guy DeFeo always said, voices told me to do that. And when he was doing the shooting, the other people in the house didn't wake up. They all slept through it. You know, it's like he shot the father and the mom didn't wake up. And it was just like, good gracious, that thing there. But when you hear that, what if your wife told you, I heard something say, get out.
It was talking to you.